Krisha, you marked out something this morning that made me go, huh, that's actually interesting. Not something people may want to see, but you cannot ignore it, right?
Hey guys, Krisha here. Please be cautious of any fake comments and emails you may receive from people pretending to be Mango Research. Sean and I will never, ever contact you for investment opportunities or anything of that sort. To get in touch with the real Mango team, make sure to join our official Discord chat using the link in the description below. Stay safe out there, and remember, do it Mango. And what's up, you guys? Welcome to the Mango Grove. My name is Krisha, and this is today's Bitcoin and XRP, finally, analysis video. I have Sean with me today. Sean, say hi.
Good morning, everyone. Krisha, we broke the middle of the range.
Yes, sirree. And also, we technically activated that W-like formation that Sean and I brought to your attention a couple of days ago, right? So there's a lot of
interesting times.
Exactly. So now before, of course, we jump to the meat of the analysis and we get super excited, let's talk about what's on the agenda. Well, today, of course, we'll first be starting off with Bitcoin. We'll also be driving a primary focus on the monthly because we do close a monthly, right, in 2 days. And then we'll be jumping on over.
No, it's 1 day. It's 1 day. Closing it tomorrow.
Okay, yeah, sorry. Today's the 30th. Yes, we close it tomorrow. Now, we will also then be jumping on over to Cardano, and sorry, not Cardano, I'm looking at Cardano right here. We'll be jumping on over to XRP. And why XRP? Because XRP won the popular vote.
You can tell Krisha wants to cover Cardano, guys.
By 2 votes. So XRP did win this one. I'm very happy. It's been a while. Also, guys, if you want us to cover any altcoin that you are looking at, hell, get down to the comments section and tell us which altcoin you want us to cover. Like today, believe it or not, there was one outlier in the data set, which was Solana, that came very close to winning. So that's the thing, guys. You can actually get your altcoin out there, and there are likely going to be people interested in the same thing. So take this time, get down to the comment section, and tell us which altcoin you want us to cover. The alts are looking super juicy right now. And then when you're scrolling back up, you're going to see that like button, right? If you're enjoying Mango's content so far, do not forget to smash those likes because it helps the channel tremendously. And hey, if you want to keep up with the Mango juice of the day, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to the channel. Sean, are you ready to get into the charts?
Krisha, I just noticed this comment right over here that seems like you have replied to Lumi's long-term Mangolian over here, by the way, says, very nice and clean vid. Please keep up the work, guys. Sean really came across a tad bit over bearish, but I can understand why. And the reason I'm highlighting this is because, one, I just noticed it, and two, a few people actually PM me regarding me being bearish on yesterday's video. And guys, as much as I would love to be bullish all the time with you guys, every single moment, right, it's just not safe, right, for us to be that way. Remember, we're going to be, once we identified that we're in a range, and we talked about this in yesterday's video, I'm going to say it again, once you've identified that we're in a range, be bullish on support, be bearish on resistance, and force your mindset that way to be safe as a trader. Okay, to be safe as a trader. Now that changes when you're in a trend trade. Right? If you're in a trend trade, you look for those resistances to break and you stay bullish, or you look for the supports to break and you stay bearish on the trend towards the downside. So monthly, right? Again, we're going to be talking about the monthly soon. Let's start with the monthly, Krisha.
Yes, of course. Let's start with the monthly.
Let's start with this. Okay, the monthly is, in my opinion, still in an uptrend, right? And now it's looking good. So if you're playing the long term, like for years on out end, well, you can stay bullish, which is why I'm bullish on Bitcoin over the long term. But in the midterm leverage trades, I'm not going to be bullish at resistance, right? But I was buying Bitcoin when we came down to 30K. I told all of you guys at the Mango Grove in the Discord, as well as the Mango Seedlings, immediately as soon as we came down to 29K, I was like, all right, I'm buying here. Right, we saw the signs. Why? Because of this. Would I take a leverage trade there? No, I wasn't looking for that. That being said, I do want to give a massive shout out to AJ, Krisha. If you guys are in the seed program, by the way, check out the new Mango Sprouts channel, because oh man, it is actually coming along really nicely. AJ posted a really nice trade entry describing his trade, what he's looking for, invalidation, stop loss, highlighting everything, the divergences, this, that, and he's updating it as the trade unfolds. It's a long-term Mango trade. He took it a week ago, looking for a big win on the 4-day time frame, the Mango time frame, right around the 30,000 31,000 region, I believe, and we all get to watch him go through the trade, and he's right now sitting in really good profits. So it's a learning process for all of us, right?
Yeah.
And Krisha, this is a dream come true for me. I have to say this right now. So in the beginning I started teaching you guys, but now we're reaching that point where I'm watching a lot of you guys. I'm like, that's something I missed.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to watch that in myself. So it's reaching that point where I'm learning from you guys as well, and I'm hoping that we can take this to the next level where we keep learning way more from each other. So I'm gonna give a shout out to Andrew, give a shout out to Samson, give a shout out to Stan. Okay, all of these guys took great initiative within the C program to create the Mango Sprouts initiative. And so anyways, enough of the rant. I'm just feeling really good about the community that we have built.
But speaking of the community, guys, if you're looking for a good community and you want to learn, just come on out to the Mango chat. Okay, you'll find the link in the description below. It's www.themangoway.com/discord, and join the chat, join the community, join the fam. It's gonna be a lot of fun getting, especially with price unfolding the way it is, right?
Oh man, and what a story it has been leading into this weekly close. This, by the way, we have closed. Oh man, I don't know where to start. Monthly.
Let's do it monthly.
Okay.
Monthly. It has to be the monthly. Okay.
So we've been leading into this monthly close with that 4-hour formation,
right?
That W formation that Krisha spotted out over the weekend, right? We came up to, so she spotted out essentially, and this is, by the way, guys, when you're looking at a formation, whether it be a head and shoulders or a W-like formation, right? So before the W informed, Krisha spotted its potential of forming at this zone over here. Okay, remember, so this is not a W just yet. It's only when we finish it becomes a W, correct? Right? So there are two ways to play a W-like formation, or head and shoulders formation for that matter. You play it on the W, or for example, if it's a head and shoulder, you play it on the shoulder, right? Or you play it on the break. Right, so of course, if you play it over here, you get a lot more edge on your trade, right? You have a way more upside, but on the break, you have a little bit more confirmation. And the invalidation on both of these trades is very simple. You break the shoulder, you're out, or over here, you break the neckline, you're out. So again, Krisha caught it right over here, which happened to line up at what? The bottom of the range, right? And all of that was lining up at what? Our Tenkin and our Kijun. So essentially, if I hide all our scribbles, the Kijun was underlining the bottom of the W,
correct.
And the Tenkin was underlining the neckline of the W, essentially, right? Well, now we've broken the neckline, right? And now we're living above the Tenkin, leading into the monthly close, and it's all coming together really good. Tenkin is cleared now, Kijun is cleared now, dynamic as well, looking good. So monthly, as long as things don't topple over, is going to close well. So let's go back on over to that 4-hour where it all started, Krisha. Okay, and look at the retest of the dynamic right over there.
That's also the neckline, by the way. Right now, guys, we're retesting the neckline.
Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Look at that. Ooh, okay. So this is the zone that you marked out, Krisha. Let me just go ahead and extend that. Oops, apologies.
That happens to me all the time. It's the most frustrating thing.
So this is, I think I got it right, somewhere around there. This is the zone that Krisha marked out. So we, again, in reference to yesterday in the Mango C program, I sent out a voice note, an audio note to all of you guys. It was essentially me ranting, one of my lectures. AJ called it a coach's pep talk. I sent an audio note out saying, guys, do not FOMO, and why you should not FOMO, and the reasons, blah, 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 right? If you guys are on the seat, go ahead and listen to that. And we're seeing a reason right over here as to why you should not have been FOMOing when we broke those 2 4-hour candles to the top over here. Well, what's happening? We're getting the retest of our zone of our neckline, of the middle of our range, right? Remember what we talked about yesterday, guys? We marked out essentially top of our zone, middle of our zone, and the bottom of our zone. If you're at the bottom, you take your bull trade to the resistance, then you essentially take your profits, wait to either take your short trade, or you wait to clear the zone and then wait for the retest, and then take your next trade to the next level, right? Well, now we're getting our retest, and you get to wait and make a decision. Do we close above here? Does this retest hold? If this retest holds, you can now look for the bull trade towards the upside. If we break back into the zone, Krisha, or perhaps you could say if we break back underneath Krisha's green zone, then I'm not liking the look of this, and we can look again towards the bottom of the zone. So we go back into being bearish as soon as we lose that support zone, right? Because remember, resistance turned into support. Yesterday was resistance, so yeah, be bearish at resistance. Today it is support, yeah, be bullish at support, right? So as he says that, I want to point out one last thing to you, Krisha. 200 MA, I believe, is sitting right over here that we're retesting as well, that we talked about yesterday in the Mango Grove. And ooh, we're living underneath it now. We tested it.
So I'll say one thing though about this pattern break. Okay, now the thing about patterns, guys, this is a combination of trend analysis. Okay, and of course, you know, you have your support and resistances. It's not, you can't just look at a pattern and just, you know, play off of that. Sometimes you need confirmation, and usually for me, I look for volume confirmation. Now this is something that brought up to Sean's attention earlier today, and I said, you know what, yes, we do have a break, but I'm not seeing the kind of volume that I want to see on a break, especially since the overall trend is leaning more bearish, right? Even on the macro timeframes. I want to see more volume step in. So I'll say this, while we do have a break, the volume confirmation is not there. Of course, we can get it much later. It'll really depend on whether or not the bulls can really step up their game on this region of support that we're currently contesting. Okay, now you can see that price, we did get a break. We're getting that classic retest. We usually see a break of a pattern, retest, and then continuation. Essentially what Sean has drawn out for you here. You usually get a retest, right? And then you find that continuation to the upside. So we're seeing the retest right now, but the question is, do we hold here? Okay, so it's basically what he said. If we break down, that means that pattern has been negated. Okay, when you break back down into a pattern, back into the pattern is negated. That's how I look at it.
Krisha, go ahead and put on the 200 moving average as well as the 21 EMA. I want to talk about a certain play that people should be looking at. The 21 EMA? Yeah, the 21 EMA.
Okay, there we go.
And hide all of my scribbles. Okay, there we go. All right, so one of the things I do look for before getting too overly bullish on a trend trade on the low time frames, now this is for those of you who are playing the lower to mid time frames, is wait for the initial, you know how we talked about, Krisha, the daily 21 EMA on the first break of it, right, is usually a fake out, right? And then we break back underneath the 21 EMA. Let's go ahead and take a look at that on the daily, just for people's references. Right over here, the first break of the daily 21 EMA, people get excited, ends up being a liquidity draw, and then we break back down underneath it, consolidate underneath a bit, and then later we start moving towards the upside if we are to do that. Okay, it's a similar story on the 4-hour 200 moving average. I've noticed this happen a lot of times. How? By being a victim to this, right? Where we break up over the 200 moving average, draws my liquidity in, and then we break back in, and then have to exit my trade. So what I've noticed is that the better trade is to wait for when the 21 EMA also is living above the 200 moving average. So what we'd be looking for is this 21 EMA to get perhaps retested, get picked up and close above your neckline. Imagine that, okay? Retest, close above your neckline, and then the 21 EMA starts moving up more aggressively, crosses the 200 moving average. We get like a squeeze-like formation right over here, right? And then we have a volatile move towards the upside, towards the top of the range. Now that's considering that we hold your neckline.
Correct.
If we don't hold your neckline, right, and we break back into the zone, well, again, you have to go back into playing the range. Yeah. Krisha, you marked out something this morning that made me go, that's actually interesting. Not something people may want to see, but you cannot ignore it, right? Again, though, this could bounce over here and do this. We don't know, but keep an eye on this.
Yeah, but I feel I'll say this, because we took out this wick high right here on the 4 hour time
Yeah.
frame. I'm leaning slightly on tilting more bullish on the lower time frames right now than I am tilting bearish. Okay, so just watch out for how price really reacts off the neckline. There's no reason to fear the charts. Remember, we're all traders here. There are trades to be had on either side of the market. Okay, the range that we are looking at here on the 4 hour time frame, guys, I'm saying the neckline is a range. The top of the range coming in at 35,300, going all the way down to this region right here, which also lines up, as you can see, with the 21 EMA coming in at 34,500, I believe. Okay, that is the range. If we start breaking back down below that, and yes, I will be looking for candle body closes, that's when I'm saying that this entire W-like formation has been negated. Keep it simple for yourself, okay? And that's when we're back into the range and we play the range to the downside.
Yep.
Okay. Now, this is what Bitcoin is doing on the 4 hour time frame. I still think that the bulls have the edge here. Sean, you said that today we were closing a 2-day time frame as well as a 4-day. We closed a 4-day, right? Do you want to get on over to the 4-day?
Yes, let's look at the 4-day.
Perfect.
We can start with the Ichimoku because we did play out that edge-to-edge trade.
Oh, yes. Yes. Let's go ahead and do that, and also put off our lines. And beautiful.
Yeah.
Right, so we saw this indecision candle. The next candle, the bulls took over. We got all the way up to that edge of the cloud, and as you can see here now, guys, we actually did not close over, right? We got resisted at the cloud there.
Perfectly. So this is why, by the way, I recommend the Ichimoku to a lot of new traders who think that, hey, the Ichimoku is a complicated system because there's a lot going on, but it's actually doing all the work for you. It literally marks out the ranges for you. Now, it's not as accurate as you would be if you had a lot more complication to your trades, yes, but when you're starting off, it does a lot of work for you. You could, keep your life very, very simple. People want to start a price action, Krisha, but I tell them, no, don't fall for that bandwagon. You as a price action trader will develop naturally as you get experience in the market. In the beginning, you need to first learn how to stay objective, and indicators keep you objective. Price action is too subjective, allowing new traders to make mistakes, to let their losses get huge, to get out of winning situations when they should be staying in them, etc., etc.
Right. I completely agree. I think that was very well said, Sean. So I'll say this. As far as the 4-day is concerned, yes, we did get rejected on the top of the cloud. Okay, now we're seeing that 4 hour trend being established. Now the question is, what you really need to understand, you need to find out, is does that 4 hour trend see a cascading effect on over to the higher time frames? Okay, does that trend continue on over to the daily, to the 2-day, to the 4-day? That is going to tip you off on something being established there, the bulls really taking over even on the macro timeframes.
Yep. Speaking of the macro, we can now go ahead and take one last look at the monthly just to keep people's focus on what's about to unfold in around 20 hours, right? We are now looking to defend this Tenkin, this Kijun. Krisha, you did mention the 10 SMA as well. Let's go ahead and pull it up. Okay, the 10 SMA and the Tenkin pretty much coming in right over there around the 34,000. At the moment, it's looking like, hey, looks like Bitcoin's going to defend it, right? But a lot can happen in 20 hours, right? So like Krisha mentioned, holding that neckline, holding the zone over here is going to be key. Breaking back, I believe, into the cloud, or let's just say losing the 21 EMA, the 4 21 EMA, is going to be a good guide, which is essentially what we just talked about, right? In terms of the 200 moving average, the 21 EMA can hide this temporarily. Oops. And your 200, is it here? Right over there, right? If we test the 21 EMA, we want to see get picked up. And Krisha, what do you know is lining up at the bottom of your box?
Yes.
So a lot of confluence coming in there. It's the monthly Tenkin, monthly 10 SMA, 421 EMA, bottom of Krisha's zone. Okay, so that zone needs to get defended. And if we do that by the end of the day, the monthly is going to
look good. Yeah.
I would like to see the opposite happen over here. I would like to see that volume come in that you mentioned, Krisha, right? And turn this monthly green. For the monthly to be green, the monthly open is sitting currently at, let's go ahead and get an exact number. I believe that says 37,000 there, Krisha, 37,200, right? So we need to clear 37,000.
So now let's talk about targets. If we clear 37,200 for the monthly close, what do you think is going to happen? Where do you think price goes up to next?
I'm not an oracle. Based on the monthly, I can't say.
How about the daily? I mean,
Okay,
it doesn't really have to be
how about this? I'll tell you how I trade it. If we did clear 37,000, right, the monthly open essentially, and we close this candle green, I'd be looking for the monthly high, the previous monthly high, coming in at around $41,341 to get tested. So 41,000, 40,000-ish to get tested. So we clear 37,000, 40,000. In fact, that does line up, Krisha, with what we talked about in yesterday's video, where we were looking at the weekly, and the weekly level, the weekly candle close highs are around 39,000. So that lines up. So we'll be testing the top of the weekly range if we do clear that monthly green.
Okay, I agree. And guys, if we break this range, 47.5k, here we come. Where do we get 47.5k from? It's essentially the breakdown point. Okay, we're going to be looking at that breakdown point, and yeah, if price starts clearing that to the upside, then I'm saying further up we go, likely going to contest these highs first. Okay, this comes in here at around 59.6k. Okay, it's going to be an if this then that, but keep it very, very simple. For now, Bitcoin is still very much ranging.
Yep.
Now, Sean, are you ready to move on over to XRP?
Yep, let's do it.
Okay, perfect. Now, guys, remember, if you want us to cover any altcoin that you are looking at, get down to the comment section and tell us which altcoin you want us to cover. All right, the popular vote wins. And if you're enjoying the video so far, please hit those likes because it helps the channel out tremendously. Now, getting on over to XRP, USDT. I know XRP also has such a big fan following.
Held those weekly levels that we marked out the last time we covered it, and I believe it's been a week since we covered it. 2 weeks maybe. So essentially, I believe this is what we were looking at. We were looking at this zone over here, this horizontal. And we said that if we lose this horizontal, we'd be coming down to test this horizontal down at around 60 cents. And that's essentially what we did, and we're holding that level. This zone is what's really important, Krisha. This structure, right? Could call it a cup and handle, I guess. That's what you pattern traders may be looking at this as. But either way, the structure, the neckline it was imperative that the bulls hold it. And it looks like we're holding it, which is a good sign, but I'm not liking the overall look. There are charts that have held way better, and Cardano is one of them. And again, when I'm looking at the charts, guys, it's purely the technicals. I'm not comparing the fundamentals. I know nothing about either of these coins in terms of fundamentals. All I can see is that Cardano is holding key levels, like we looked at it just yesterday. So those of you who are XRP fans and are like, oh man, he's hating on XRP, just go look at Cardano's chart from yesterday's video and look at what we were looking at. We were looking at essentially this. Hey, Cardano held its 21 EMA, held its key zone, held all of these levels. XRP is not doing that, right? So it just makes it harder to trade it. Now, if you're a buy and hold guy for the rest of your life, I mean, this doesn't apply to you, right? So yeah, just be very, very understand who this message is targeted towards, which audience.
Right. As far as price action relative to, well, its horizontals go, what Sean said, I think we're currently up against support. If the bulls actually start managing to pick it up on those lower time frames, I'm saying back to the top of the range we go. Okay, the top of the range comes in at 7 cents. So sorry, 78 cents. We start breaking 78 cents. That's when the bulls actually stand a chance to reverse that lower time frame trend. At which point, Sean, I'll actually be looking for price to come all the way back up to $1.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. And once again, guys, after $1, we are going to be past the breakdown point, because I want you to notice what happened here on XRP's charts. XRP actually put in a M-like formation, or you can even look at it as an Adam and Eve-like formation. We start breaking back up over $1. We are breaking back up over the breakdown point. Okay, that's when the bulls could likely really start putting in a uptrend that reflects on over to your higher time frames as well, like the weekly time frame. Okay, that is really, really going to set the tone on the bullish side. Yeah. Okay, at which point I'll be looking for price to contest the highs right here, coming in at $1.66.
What about towards the downside?
Towards the down, of course, that is the closer side. We start breaking back underneath. So I'm looking at the weekly right now. If we close a weekly candle underneath 62 cents, I'm saying we're coming further down. Okay. In fact, let's just get on over to the weekly. I think that's going to give us a clearer picture on support and resistance. Yeah, the next region of contention for support comes in at 49 cents.
Yeah, so around 50 cents. That the wick low that we already tested, essentially. If we take out the wick low, Krisha, would you be looking for? Yeah, I'd be looking for further downside
40
immediately.
cents then. So it's going to be volatile. Like while these ranges look very, very small on our chart, these are not small ranges. Okay, from here to the next zone, that's going to be a good 20% to the downside. You could be on the right side of this trade, of course. You can take a short on XRP, but you can also be on the wrong side, and that is not the side you want to be on. Okay, and that's why it's okay. It's okay if you're going from bullish to bearish, especially when the market is giving you it's sort of trading for range players. Okay, it is okay to just trade the ranges, no problem. All right, do not feel bad about flipping. I know people, they often they feel very bad about going from bullish to bearish, and they feel like imposters.
Yeah, no.
Right?
Remember,
you're
you
traders.
have no loyalty to any side, guys. The only loyalty you have is to your family and to the idea that you have to put a roof on top of their head, food on their plate, and keep them happy. That's the only loyalty that you should have above all else.
Right. We're here.
Charles Hoskinson does not care about keeping your kids and your wife and your beautiful fiance fed.
Amen. All right, guys. So now this is what we have for XRP. These are our most immediate targets. Let us know which coin you want us to cover tomorrow. Of course, get down to the comment section. Take this time, get down to the comment section and tell us which one. Okay, the popular vote wins. Sean, any final thoughts before we wrap up?
Nope. That's about it. Until the next video, guys, do the mango way, do the stressy way, do the easy way, do the breezy way. Ciao.
Ciao, guys.